Welcome to another railway photography video. I'm Andrew and I'm certainly out doing railway photography today in the remotest part of Scotland. This is the Kyle of Lochalsh Line. What I want to try and do on this video is photograph a few locations. There's not going to be many locations for photography because there are not that many trains running along. But a couple of spots along the line I'd like to get some photographs of the trains, and also I'd like to have a trip on the line to Kyle of Lochalsh. So I'm going to concentrate on 30 or 40 miles from Kyle of Lochalsh inland. And the weather is fantastic actually. There's a great big high pressure that's landed over Scotland and I was expecting mist, cold, rain, greyness, but it's absolutely fantastic. So let's see what we get up to on this railway photography adventure. So I wasn't expecting this sun and I've had to look for a shot that isn't straight into the sun. I'd picked out a number of locations along here, but they were all looking straight into the sun. So this one here, I'm looking at right angles to the sun and hopefully catch the train going over that bridge between the two lochs there. And it's only a few moments away is the train. Just after Achnasheen, there's this walkway across the loch and marsh to the railway line, and I'll see if there's a shot over there. This sun though, no matter which way I look, I'm looking straight into the sun. So I wasn't expecting this. It's not natural for northwestern Scotland. Oh, this looks much better. Yes, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. What a place. And I think this composes up as pretty nice with the mountains, the sky, the train coming round the bend and that old crofter's cottage there. I think I can make a shot out of that. And then looking the other way, the train goes over a bridge. So if I can spin round quick, there's a couple of going away shots as well. Yeah, this is much better. Some nice compositions over here. In fact, it was lovely on the other side. There were some great shots with the trees, the old crofter's cottage and those walkways giving a leading line. But it was straight into the sun and it was just too challenging. This is more sun over your shoulder, but the view is spectacular. Well, as far as effort for photography goes, this is about as easy as it gets. Let's pull up in a lay-by and point the camera at the railway line and the mountains. Now this is between Achnasheen and Strathcarron, so we're heading further towards the Kyle of Lochalsh. And I liked this one, although the sun's moving round, so it's not as intrusive, isn't the sun? But I did like a composition with the train running through the mountains there, and there's a little footbridge across a stream, which I thought I could include in the shot, and that looks nice. And hopefully as the sun moves around a little bit more, maybe the back of the train will be illuminated a little bit. Although I think it's still going to be on the train's going to be on the dark side. I'm on the road to Strathcarron, and there's a train coming, and I don't think I'll get to the next shot that I wanted in time, so I've stopped at this crossing, and hopefully it gives us plenty of warning that the train's about to arrive. But I'm a bit limited for shots. There's some fabulous views of the mountains, and there's a loch down there, but it's all very tight. The oncoming shot is dreadful because it's straight into the sun and there's not really a view, but there's the opportunity of a going away shot with some mountains in the view, but it'll be a tight one on the back of the train, I think. So this next little spot is for a Inverness to Kyle train. And this is a lovely little spot just south, is it south? I don't know, just beyond Strathcarron on the banks of Lochs. There's this little crossing here with a nice view around the bend with the mountains in the background. This time I've got plenty of time. Well, I've got 25 minutes actually until the train arrives. So I can work a composition out somewhere, but I think I've got it worked out. I'm going to hang over a fence here and get an head-on shot of the train with the mountains in the background there. Now for this shot, I'm at the other side of Lochcarron, at Lochcarron as it happens, and it's overlooking Strathcarron and the avalanche shelter, or the tunnel, Strathcarron tunnel. Yeah, I think I'm going to need a long lens. You can just see in the distance there the tunnel and the avalanche shelter. Maybe the boat as a foreground. The light, again, there's clouds in the west and it just keeps blocking out the sun momentarily. But fingers crossed the light stays just at the other side of the loch. Oh, that was nice, watching the train run over the other side of the loch there. My shot that I had in mind was the avalanche shelter and the tunnel with the boat as the foreground, and I did a focus stack. So as the train was going through the tunnel, I did a shot of the boat and I'll join them together. But it was in pretty much dull, and the train didn't really stand out. But as it moved around the coast, I followed it and I took a few shots, and there was a couple of points in the distance against the rocks where it really stood out and the sun caught it. So that actually might be the shot. I've never seen beachside washing lines before. So it's a break from photography and we've come to Achnasheen. I'm going to take a ride on the train down the Kyle line towards Kyle of Lochalsh, and on this fantastically beautiful, unseasonably sunny Scottish day we're going to take a trip to the Kyle of Lochalsh and see what the view is like from the train window. Oh, what a fantastic day and a fantastic location. I've never seen anything like this actually. It's the Kyle of Lochalsh. I never thought I'd get to this place, but here we are, the Kyle of Lochalsh. There's some lovely colours there with the yellow of the digger and the blue and white of the boat and the blue and the white of the train and the blue and white of the sky and sea. It's that does make actually a lovely shot, does that? I wonder whether there's a shot from behind these buffers at there is. That's not bad, an unusual view of the train. Right, I'll try and get it centred, levelled up in the middle. The Kyle of Lochalsh, that I'd never ever thought I'd get to. And here I am, opportunity to take a photograph at Kyle of Lochalsh. Well, I can't tell you how spectacular this line is. I don't think I've ever been on another railway line that is as fabulously spectacular. I can't use any more words. Spectacular. It is. It's just spectacular. You know, the light, the scenery, the mountains, the water. It's not what I imagined Scotland to be like. I was expecting grey, mist, rain, but to have a rail journey today in this fantastic weather, in this beautiful location, I'm speechless. It's absolutely fantastic. A tip: if you're going on this line, the view is to the north. So if you're coming from the Kyle of Lochalsh, sit on the left-hand side of the train. If you're coming from Inverness, sit on the right hand side of the train. The view is really all to the north, where it goes through the lochs and the mountains, and if it's a sunny day you're not looking into the sunshine, so that's the tip, and it's just incredible, breathtaking. The Kyle of Lochalsh Line. Who would have thought that I'd come on the Kyle of Lochalsh Line? It's one of those mysterious and far-flung places that was just so out of reach. So I'm absolutely thrilled and thankful that I've had the opportunity to travel on the Kyle of Lochalsh Line. So I'm hoping you've enjoyed the photography and that trip along the line, and if you have, give it a thumbs up. And if you've made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed, then I've got to ask why, because go off doing all sorts of fantastic railway photography adventures. Oh, and if you sort of like this Scottish one, there's a video from the Jacobite steam train from Fort William to Malay, which was done a few years ago, and you might be interested in that one. So, from the Kyle of Lochalsh Line in Scotland, I shall see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.